Hey everybody, as you can see, I have the KitchenAid out and I've got my other KitchenAid out. I'm making today, I decided to channel my inner Paula, even though this isn't Paula's recipe. Most of you know, Miss Paula Deen always makes her gooey butter cakes. She has a different flavor every month, it seems, when I used to watch her on TV. Even when we went up to her house for a party one time, there was gooey butter cake right there on the counter for us all to eat. I think it was pumpkin at that time because it was in the fall. It was delicious. But if you look back into Appalachian recipes, Tennessee, North Carolina, all of those areas, it was actually called Southern Chess Cake. And I believe that's where it began. It worked its way, I believe, a little bit west over to St. Louis and became gooey butter cake. But I know it as Southern Chess Cake. And that's what I'm going to be making today. So even though all of you guys know Paula's recipe, I'm doing it too. I'm just calling it a Southern Chess Cake instead. So what I have, I'm sure all of you have seen her make it, and you probably made it yourself. I just have a yellow cake mix. What makes it so easy is you just use one yellow cake mix. And I got about a cup of chopped pecans here that I'm going to put in there to get this out of the way. And clean up this pecans that I just got all over the counter. Okay. And to this, going to be a Paula Deen dessert if it didn't have butter in it. I have a whole cup of butter, 2 sticks of butter, 1 whole cup. That's a lot of butter. We're going to put that in there. And 1 egg. That is all we're putting in the first part. Now, those of you who haven't made this or haven't seen this made, it's a 2-part cake. Let me put these over here. First, we're going to make the base. And I'm just going to bring all that together. And I've got a baking dish already prepped. You really don't need to prep it because I just put a whole cup of butter in there. That butter is not going to let it stick down here. So I'm just going to get that all brought together. Give me a spatula. Off there. There we go. This already smells good. I can smell the butter and the pecans. Yes, this smells delicious. I'm going to just save this. I'm not even going to wash it because I'm going to make the next part with it. And who cares if you mix a little bit together? They're going together. So I'm just going to set that right here for now. Get out my dough. You're just going to plop this in the pan. You're going to spread it out evenly. Looks like I got a little bit not done there. Okay. Now, nice and gooey and buttery. So let me stick that back there because we're going to use it. I'm going to, my hands are clean, just wash my hands. I'm just going to spread this out from end to end. You can get that all around there. This is going to make the crust, the bottom of the cake, just squares. And this baking dish is a little bit bigger than a 9x13. 9x13 is going to give you a little thicker, and that's probably what you're all used to. I like it thinned out a little bit because there is nothing but butter and sugar in here. No, I haven't put any sugar in yet. But for those of you that have not made this, that's the next component. It's just about all sugar. And I like using my hands. You could use a spatula. You could use wax paper. But God gave me these things, and they are the best tool in the kitchen. I use them all the time. I used to not because I didn't want you all to think I'm touching my food and everybody thinks that's gross. But I'm in my kitchen. These are the best tools around. Okay, got that all spread out. Let me wash my hands now. All right, so we got this all spread out and we're waiting for the top mixture. Got a little bit there. I know. Raw egg. 57 years old. Haven't died yet. I don't think I'm gonna die from raw egg. So now, for the second layer, we're going to maybe open up these cream cheeses. We got 2 blocks of cream cheese at room temperature. You want them at room temperature or they're going to take forever to cream. Also, I have 2 more eggs, and the eggs I have at room temperature. Anytime I do any baking, I get everything out of the refrigerator that's cooled and I bring it to room temperature. It's going to help come together easier and you'll bake a lot better. Okay, there's my cream cheese. And let me put this back on here. I have 1 full bag, 16 ounces, 1 pound of powdered sugar. Grab. I got the powdered sugar in there. I'm gonna put the 2 eggs in there. Clean off the sides a little bit. Wash my hands. Now we're going to bring this together. Do this on slow. Don't crank this up immediately, because if so, that powdered sugar is going everywhere. I'll tell you how I know, but I think you know how I know, because it's happening. Give it a few cranks. There it goes. See, told you. Not going to waste that. Right back in there. Just have to take a couple cranks at a time, mix that in with the cream cheese. There we go. I've already got powdered sugar everywhere. Now this, like I said, is nothing but sugar and butter. This is not one of them recipes that you should be eating a lot of. This is one of them that you do in moderation. Powdered sugar outside. Another spatula. Now we're just going to take this and we're going to pour it across the base. I've already got my oven preheated at 350 degrees. So we're just going to put this all in here. Like I said, you can change this up like Paula does. You can use a different kind of cake mix. You can use a pumpkin. I believe she uses pumpkin in the mix here. You can make a chocolate one. It is very versatile. But this is the original Southern chess bars. Now I let it go close to the edge, not all the way to the edge on most of it. That way it gets a little crust, maybe cooks up around it. There we go. I'm just going to spread it out. This one's going all the way to the edge. I didn't make the sides up any because I'm using a larger pan, a 9x13. I would have made like a little crust around the edge. There we go. Now I'm going to stick this in the oven at 350 degrees and we'll be back when it's done. Okay, we are back, and my Southern chess squares are out of the oven. They're not really squares yet. They will be. The hardest part was I took these out, and make sure when you do bake it, let them be a little bit jiggly in the middle. You do not want to take them out totally done, because if you do, they're not going to be gooey and chewy and all that good stuff. Now I'm just going to take a little bit powdered sugar. And I'm just going to dust the top. Got to make them pretty. Any of you that's been to a Southern church social, you know them ladies, make sure their casseroles and their cakes and their cookies all look wonderful. And this is where you're going to probably see this mostly, is one of those church socials. So let me get one out here. Get all that off the side. Yeah, I'm going to start over here. This kitchen smells so good. Okay, that's going to be too big to get it out. Let's get a smaller one. First piece is always the hardest to get out. We're going to see how good I can do this time. Ooh, look at that. Let me show you. Nice crust underneath, nice and browned, and then nice and smooth and gooey right in the middle. Get that down there. Get me a fork, and we're going to give this a try. That's delicious. Don't inhale when you put that powdered sugar in your throat. It's going to get you. Still warm. It's still so good and moist. I like the pecans in the crust. It gives it some more texture. Nice and flavorful. I'm just going to keep talking to you because I want to keep eating this. It's delicious. I usually don't use a fork. Usually I just pick it up. But it's still a little warm, so I don't want to do that. So give this a try. It's my Southern chest squares, Southern chest bars, whatever you want to call it. Just call it dessert tonight. You want to make this in your house. So appreciate you guys joining me in my kitchen. I'll talk to you all again soon. Don't forget to smash that thumbs up button and leave us a like. If you haven't already subscribed, hit the red subscribe button, and we'll see you all again real soon. Take care. Bye-bye. And I'm going back for more.